For the past couple of days, I have been playing Aion 2, testing different classes just to get to know all of them, or at least the one I'm interested in. For example, I don't care about Gladiator, Tank, or Cleric. I don't like those classes. I do like the Assassin, but I have seen so many Assassins around that it's a class that I will not play. And the same for the Sorcerer. I may like the Sorcerer, but there are a lot of Sorcerers. I think it's the most used class in the game right now. So what's the left? Ranger, Elementalist, and again Chanter. My first character was a Ranger. I have been using the Ranger for roughly the first day or half of the first day in the game. But what's the problem? The problem is that I cannot really play this game as a main game right now in Taiwan. I have a lot of lag. So, as a Ranger, I had the issue that I was constantly getting rubber band, trying to avoid an attack and nothing happening and getting hit and all these kind of issues that happen when you have high latency. I'm playing from Europe and I have seen some people playing from Europe without issues, but at least I having these issues. So I decided to play something else. I tried the Chanter, but the Chanter is a very odd one for me. It looks like a very strong class, but it's melee, and I don't like melee. I prefer to have some range. So I eventually ended up with the Elementalist, and you know what? This class is very fun. I'm moving forward from now, at least until I keep playing in Taiwan, because I don't know which one I will be playing global, but at least on Taiwan I will be playing Elementalist. Why? Because the summons help me, let's say, alleviate the ping issues. Because yes, I may not be attacking, but the summons are attacking. Also, the Elementalist has a lot of damage over time skills, so it's a good one for this scenario. And also, the Earth Summon is kind of a tank, so I think it's not working properly for bosses. I don't recall correctly right now. No, I think it is actually, but it basically takes the aggro from the monsters. So when you are dealing with high latency, if you use the Earth Summon, you can still move around and you don't need to focus a lot into evading attacks. So overall, I think it's a very good class for people like me with high latency. So what's this class about? Okay, first, I'm new to this game, so I'm going to share just what I have learned so far. This class is not like a traditional summoner where you just, you summon in this case a spirit and that's it. You just have this spirit hitting for you while you are also hitting. It's not about that. Yes, you can do that, but what's the trick? We have different skills that actually work by rotating the summons. So for example, we have this one, Dimensional Control. What is this skill doing? It's hitting and actually applying some CC effects, but you can only use this one after you summon a spirit. So basically you want to be rotating like this. You want to, for example, use Fire Spirit, use Dimensional Control, use Water Spirit, use Dimensional Control, all the time like this. And also we have other skills like this one, elemental fusion, or whatever it is called, because the name is not fully, yes, elemental fusion. In order to use this skill is doing a high single shot, okay, a high damage in a single shot. But in order to use this, you need to have a stack of every element. So basically, how does it work? You use your fire spirit, your water spirit, your air spirit, your wine spirit, and now you have access to that skill, which is a single big shot. Boom. So that's why it's not like a traditional summoner in other games, because yes, every summon has some effects. Let's say, for example, the fire spirit is dealing damage and then is attacking, okay? The water spirit regenerates or restores your mana by 20 when it's attacking, so it's an extra effect. The earth, as I was saying, has the effect of taunting the enemies and getting the aggro, so it's good. And also there is this effect that, which I don't really know what it is, but if I recall correctly, it's kind of what's the word? Kind of helping with the staggering of the monsters, okay? But I'm not sure still about this. I need to get more info about this. And then we have the wine spirit, which is restoring our HP by each attack. So, except the fire one, all the others also have some attached effect. So it's always good to keep one if you need a particular effect. For example, as I was saying, if I'm dealing with some monsters that I cannot move properly, I prefer to just use the earth one while it keeps the aggro, and I just use my AoE skills. Another thing I like about this class is that it's heavily focused into debuff, let's say CCs, but with a debuff connotation. So we have, as I was saying earlier, we have this one, which is slowing the enemies. We have this one, which is a fear attack. And we have this one, which is actually very strong. I mean, I actually don't know how to use this because I cannot assign this to any place. Well, as you can see, I'm new in this game, I'm still learning. But basically the skill helps you to break free from CC and apply an immunity. Okay, so first, look at this. First, you get free from the effects. Then you get immunity for that, and then there is also this root effect. But as I was saying, I don't know yet how to try this because I cannot attach this to any slot. We have also a lot of effects related to damage over time. So if you are used to playing around curses or DOT effects in Throne and Liberty, this class is the most similar to that, because we have this, which is applying a DOT effect, and then we have also this one, if I recall correctly. No, this one is helping us, it's adding more damage when a target has a DOT effect. This one is applying a DOT if you are landing a critical. So it's also, the class in itself is also heavily related to DOT damage. And why is this good, especially for people like me with high latency? Because when you have a high latency, you may apply a DOT and then you are having issues moving, but at least the damage is sticking. So it's helping with that. So this is it for this video. As I said, expect my Aion content moving forward related to the Elementalist class. If I really enjoyed this one until endgame, I actually may play this in global. If not, it's going to be Ranger, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be either of the two. But as said, I'm not going to play Aion 2 like a main game. I cannot do that in Taiwan. I have very high latency. I'm just going to, let's say, I'm in an information gathering stage, just trying to get experience with the game, what it's about, for when it's releasing global, know what to do. But if, still, you can expect my content of Throne and Liberty. I will keep playing that game, and in fact, there are some cool things coming up about this. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.